Little Miss Recap contains adult language and is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we love our cowboys. How toxic they are, we don't care. I love this show. Axel, how much do you love this show?
Oh, I love the McBees. I was a big fan of Steven Jr. from Joe Millionaire.
Oh, did you watch that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I loved it.
Okay.
My wife and I were, as soon as that came back, because, they did an original one back in the day.
That's the one I watched.
Yeah, okay. I watched that one too, but that was a little bit more... a little bit more deceptive. They were trying to go for something that was a little bit shocking, or I think Fox was going through something, right? Where it was like when they had celebrities fighting each other.
Fox has been going through something.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. This was the different strokes, guys.
Wasn't he like a Oh, guys, let me introduce myself. I'm Amye Archer. I'm here with Axel, one of our backdoor friends, but longtime podcaster of DVR Podcast Network. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
Wasn't the original Joe Millionaire like a construction worker that they said had money? Is that how it
Yes,
went?
that was what it was. It was a trick.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically like it was trying to turn women into what do they say? Like money hounds or gold digger, whatever, right?
Yes.
They were trying to do it, and that's what they did. But the new Joe Millionaire wasn't like that at all. It was actually like really sweet. And Steven Jr. was the heart of the show. He was.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, not at all. I am telling you the truth. This guy was a sweetheart. He treated every woman on the show with respect and dignity. He was like trying to get to know them. Yeah, he went there, and that's why after watching this show, you can see he went there trying not to be his dad. You know what I'm saying? Like that burden of the ghost of Steven hanging over him with his shoulders hunched up into his neck. It was really, you could tell he was doing that. So
I love Steven Jr. Number one, I have the hots for him. I think he's the cutest one. And number two, I think he has the most emotional awareness of what is going on, in my opinion. But could that be because he's the oldest? I don't know.
I don't know. It's probably not genetics.
No.
But I don't know. I don't think. No. Out of the brothers, I mean, you got the good-looking dummy, who is
who? Hair. Wait a minute. One of my friends, Jess, was calling them. Oh, what was she calling them? Hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to come up with.
And muscles. Something like that. Hair,
that's
mouth,
perfect.
Yes.
That is perfect because my wife and I call Cole smallmouth.
Yes.
So smallmouth looks like it looks like he's holding water in his mouth or something, right?
Yes.
Like in this episode when they show that big bison spit water out of its mouth for no reason. What was that shot?
I know.
That was so crazy.
I know. And so I also like Hair. What's his name? I always call him Kacie. Is that his name? No.
Yeah, wait, that is his name, Jesse. Sorry.
He reminds me of Kacie on Yellowstone. That's why I call him Kacie. Yes.
Yeah, and they made reference to that too. Yeah, in the second episode we're going to talk about. He is. Hey, you know what? He's kind of like, now I kind of call him dummy, but that's just that's maybe a little bit mean. But he is just kind of the sweet, quiet guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He definitely he's chosen very well for his life mate.
I agree. I love his girlfriend. Right? Yes.
She's awesome.
I agree. Yep.
So I like him and Steven, even Smallmouth. I understand him a little bit being the high school superstar. He has an ego that is well undeserved. But, that's the McBees.
Yeah. The father is a menace.
He
That
is a
father.
menace to society.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
He is an archetype of all that is wrong with men in America.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I have been screaming for the last 4 episodes that the best thing these boys can do is get the hell away from him and far away from him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
well,
do.
I think that's. I do
ahead,
say, I do want to interject that I do believe that that's what Steven was trying to do when he went on Joe Millionaire. So
I'm gonna have to watch this now.
Yeah, it's like he got sucked back in. You should. It's worth a watch.
Yeah. Do you remember? Because I'm only going to ask you this because I know what an avid reality TV watcher you have been, because you've had your podcast a long time and you've been watching a long time. Did you remember the Joe Schmo show?
Oh yeah, definitely.
How great was that show? Yep. That was so fantastic, guys. It was jury duty before jury duty was jury duty. Like they took, and there is another sort of iteration of it currently, like around the zeitgeist in recent years, this idea of a fake reality show.
Yes.
But the original was the Joe Schmo show. And it was brilliant.
This was good. That was, it was on TB. Wait, and then it looks like TBS redid it.
Yeah, I think somebody redid it. I want to say it was on Fox.
But I do like that because that kind of harkens back to the origins of like documentary filmmaking of what became reality TV. You know, I dig that stuff. I think it's kind of fun when they play with it a little, but this is a straight up follow along where we could just see all their lives descend into madness.
And here we go. Okay. So we're going to talk about episodes 5 and 6, guys, all together. Okay. So we'll do 5 first. So it's called Wild Wild West. They have 52 bison on the farm, and Junior wants to get that. Poor Junior. He's constantly like, how can we diversify? How can we diversify? Like longhorns, bison.
How can we launder this cash? How can we launder this cash?
He is doing the most to try. I feel like he's the only one trying to get this farm legit or to work. He is the what is Marty's last name on Ozark?
I never watched Ozark.
Oh my God, Ozark is great.
I know. And I watched a bit of it.
The minute they start laundering the money, oh no, that's Breaking Bad where they do the car washes. But on Ozark, you also get a full education on money laundering as well. Yeah. They do a casino.
That's okay. I remember
so
that.
He wants to start butchering and selling, and he believes this is where they'll make the money. And now we see Kacie. She's picking up Kala. Now, how was Kala on Joe Millionaire?
Well, she was, I have to say, she was pretty much the same person she is on this show, which is she doesn't have a job. She gets $20,000 from her boyfriend and she just shows up because that's just what she does.
She just shows up and looks good.
That's pretty much, they had a connection, but, I honestly felt like there was no, and it's funny that I say it, but I felt like there was no woman on that show that was good enough for Steven Jr. at the time. He really, he played it straight. He kind of, there was a bit, he was hiding the McBee.
He didn't bring anybody home and introduce them to Dad.
Oh, on the show he brought her, and they had the mom and everything.
Oh, you saw the mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I need eyes on that mom.
Yeah. You have to watch, because this was pre-divorce. So Steven was on his best behavior.
Okay.
Yeah, they were all about family, right? It was all about, which is true. They are all about family.
Yes.
It's incestuous over there.
Yeah. So they're driving around a Mercedes SUV. Now, this is at least a $90,000 to $100,000 car. But they're poor, but they're broke. Okay. So Kala tells the camera that Junior and her have been so great lately and they're going to be spending more time together. And she's like, that'll, definitely fuck this up. And she says she gets along well with the other girlfriends, and they're gossiping about Steve Sr. and how he's a great businessman and they respect that, but he's not a good influence on the boys. Like, it's finally starting, I feel like.
Yeah. Yep.
To connect that. Because don't forget, especially somebody like Allie, Hare's girlfriend, she has been in the picture long enough that she saw the divorce.
Yep.
So
they've seen everything.
So the divorce hasn't been that long.
No, I think it was within the last 2 to 3 years. So that's why I think there's a past with Galyna that they're not talking about either. I think
Oh
there
yeah,
was I
because
think
if
there
you
was
do the math,
overlap. Yeah,
oh yeah, oh
there was
yeah.
overlap.
Because she's
So,
been with the company, I think I talked about this in another episode. She's been with the company like 10 years, I think.
yeah, yep.
And he started banging her by his own admission 6 months after he met her, 6 weeks after he met her, or something. So
Yeah,
there's definite overlap. Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. So I don't know if you have a divorce experience in your life, but my parents divorced when I was about Stephen Jr.'s age. I was
Oh.
22 when they divorced.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
it's very Amanda and I talk about this a lot because Amanda was small when her parents divorced and I
That's
was
when I
older.
was. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And it hits you differently, obviously, as an adult. And especially at that age, because you're like, you really think, I remember thinking this, everything I've known and everything I believed, it was a lie. Like that's what you think. So
Wow.
it shakes your like core of beliefs. And so like I see that in Stephen Jr. Like this fear of marriage thing that I see,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's where that is coming from.
Well,
100%.
it also doesn't hurt when your father is like, my greatest fear is that he'll meet a woman. Like, what the fuck?
Or but all of them are like, I came from a house where things were thrown, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
not
not
good.
good. No,
It
my
was a
parents
volatile,
divorced.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting to me because I've always wondered about that. My parents divorced when I was around like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And at the same time, I was born with a birth defect. So it's weird to explain, but it just involves my kidney. I was
Yeah.
blocking an artery. So I was in the hospital for like 6 months to a year because I had infections. I had like a pee
Yeah.
bag, all that kind of
Wow.
shit when I was like 5.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got out of that, my dad was gone. So I kind of
Wow.
like, it kind of just happened.
Yeah.
And but for even at that young age, my parents didn't get along. So I was never I'm an exception to the rule, which I first of all, I never thought it was my fault ever.
Okay.
I knew it
Okay.
was their fucking fault.
Yeah.
That was plainly obvious to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And number 2, I never wanted them to get back together. Never. I
I never
never had a
wanted my
moment.
parents to get
Yeah.
back together.
Okay.
Now I will
But I
tell
think
you
a lot
now
of
that
young kids do.
I agree with that. And I think now that my parents are older, my dad has remarried and I really like my stepmom, but my mom
Yeah.
is single. And there is part of me that wished that they had one another to
In
care
the
for each
older,
other as they get
yeah.
older.
Yeah, I could see
But
that.
it is very clear they do not belong together. Very clear.
Yeah,
And I'm okay
yeah.
with it. You know what I mean?
I like what
So
you said about Steven though. That's it.
yeah,
That's an insight there.
I think there's a lot of that. I think
Yeah.
he is just paralyzed with. First of all, I don't think Steven Senior is not going to be like, boys, let's go talk to somebody about this. Like, I think that is highly discouraged.
The bartender, maybe.
So, all right, where are we? Okay. So Galyna now is hosting a Father's Day cookout, and the boys are all, scuttlebutton. Like, this is the first one. She's hosting it. All the sons are here. And Cole says, this is weird having Galyna in a role where my mother usually was, in a role that my mother occupied. And Cole, Junior, and Calla start shotgunning beers, like you do at every family function.
Of course.
So the boys give really nice speeches about what a great father Steven is. This is hard. This is, I mean, okay.
Do you think Galyna asked them to do that? Like she's like, say something nice for your father.
No. I think Steven Sr. is such a narcissist that they believe the only way that they can get his approval is by kissing his ass, by worshiping him. That's it.
Yeah. He's holding it over their head. It was strained. But then again, Stephen Jr. is so good at delivering speeches. I kind of believed it all.
I'm telling you, I really have the hots for this guy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he is, and he's so intellectual with things he says, and it's so different from everyone else that it makes it like shine. something else, Stephen Jr.
And then they get to Cole and he's just like, oh, my dad is good. Like just whatever. So Senior tells the family, they start talking about Braden. Okay, now he is like the unspoken child who lives under the stairs. We never see Braden. We never hear from Braden. Stephen Sr. tells us he spent a lot of time with the 3 older kids, but Braden knew. So when they divorced, the other kids used to come to the farm every weekend or whatever, and Braden didn't come. And Braden says, I do love my dad, but I grew up with my mom.
Yeah, no, I think this is pre-divorce. I think that, yes, because what he is saying is
he used to take the boys to the farm.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He would take that. They lived farther out.
I got you.
And he would take the boys to the farm and get them involved in the business. But Braden didn't want to have anything to do with it. He was the youngest. He probably grew up. By the time he came around, it was the horrible parental relationship was probably so well established that he didn't want to have anything to do with his dad. And you could even see that. I was saying to my wife, because that kid reminded me a little of myself and maybe of my family, where my father was a big drinker and I never drank. I'm a pot smoker from college years.
Right.
And at that, I was just watching how he was there, and I was like, yeah, he'd rather be smoking a joint while they're all shotgunning beers and drinking whiskey. This kid is introspective.
Yeah.
He's in just a different, and even when he asked him and he said, yeah, we're doing a trip, man, we're going, and he was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll be doing that. Like, he didn't say, no, Dad, I do not want to go on that trip.
Yeah.
They can't say no to directly.
Him. Yeah, they can't say no to him. No.
It's crazy.
Do you honestly feel like, there's a whole level to fathers and sons that I don't understand. Obviously, I don't have sons. I'm not a son. But do you honestly feel like these boys feel safe speaking to him about anything that they disagree with him on? No way.
No way.
No way. So, they talk about going to Montana and they're going to the Yellowstone. I'm like, oh, here we go. Crossover. And they're going to Yellowstone National Park to see about some bison. And Braden, like you said, is like, nah, I don't think so. I don't think I'm coming. I'm busy that day. I have a doctor's appointment.
He should have went on this trip, though. See, in this case, I disagree with him.
This trip was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have seen the Purple Mountain's majesty.
How about that?
I never knew where that was from.
I didn't even know where that was from. I was like, oh my God. So
there it is, right on camera.
Senior tells the family he never wanted a divorced family and never want to fail the family, but you have to make good decisions for that to happen. And he didn't make good decisions. So I think he's going through the motions of being contrite, but I don't think he's upset at all. I don't think he is taking any of this on.
No.
I think he knows what he needs to say to the camera.
Yeah, I think it's hard for a sociopath to pretend as though feelings
ding,
exist.
Ding, ding. So now Cole, Kala, and Junior are in the gym, and Cole is patting himself on the back for not banging that girl the other night. He's like, I don't get the recognition I deserve. And Kala's like, are you serious right now? What do you want, a round of applause? And he said, well, I don't want to be screamed at. Now that was interesting because nobody was screaming at him.
Well, we didn't see it. We didn't see it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They might have cut it, but from if what we saw happened, he's just always in defensive mode because nobody was even raising their voice.
Well, see, this is what I felt like. I felt like we get a little retcon going on here from this episode and the next episode with their relationship and what we saw occur at the bar, right? Because it's all about like the conversation he later has. He's like, we were like this and now we're going up and he's like, we're shooting straight up.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it seems to me like you realized you messed around with
something happened.
Some young moms on camera.
Some young MILFs. You can say it, Axel.
Some young MILFs. That's true. They were MILF-tastic. And you came home, and this happens on other shows. Like, what was it? I don't know if you watch Summer House?
No.
You don't watch
Mm-mm.
Summer House. Okay.
No.
On Summer House, there was an instant where one person said something on his parents said something on camera. And then when he went back to the Summer House, he said in the interview and on camera to other people, I have to tell her they said this because it was on camera. And when the show airs, she's going to see it.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I gotcha.
that's what happened here.
Yes,
He fooled
you're right.
around.
Yep.
He went back. He told her. It got
he knows
around.
She's going to see it.
Yeah, the whole family was like, you moron, we're on camera. And he was like, I have to heal this. So for the next 2 episodes, we get Smallmouth being lover boy, right? Sitting in a car with Lunchables.
Yes.
And so that's how I saw this. I was like, okay,
that's a good insight. Yes. Yep. Well, Steven Jr.'s like, you're an idiot. Kacie is the perfect person for you. And you're gonna fuck this up. You're gonna,
which she is, by the way.
She is good for him. I agree. Yeah. I think she deserves better. But
I mean, that goes without saying. she's with Smallmouth.
So the boys are heading to Montana on a 22-hour drive. Steven Jr. says, we won't have good signal. Did anyone warn the girls? And Jesse's like, nah, we'll tell. There's this constant theme of like, the girls have to keep complete tabs on us because otherwise, we will just go out and bang whatever we see.
Well, and also because they're recreating that dynamic with their father, even if it doesn't exist, because it makes them comfortable. The way they see relationships and women is so fucking distorted that even if one of the girls was just like, hey, I just want to check in with you, right?
Yeah,
like a normal human being.
You're right.
They're like, stop trying to control me. And they're like, I just was trying to tell you to pick up ketchup. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
It's mental.
I feel like when you yell, stop trying to control me, you're trying to squeeze it out of a little mouth like you're trying to do Cole. Yeah. Stop trying to control me. Okay. Yeah. So they get to Montana. It's stunning. And I just wrote, are they in Paradise Valley? Like, this is so beautiful. Wow. It feels like it's on the show Yellowstone. They meet up with a bro named Cody. They're on the Flathead Reservation. Cody tells them they will see Purple Mountain's majesty. And I never knew where that was from.
Amazing.
Cole reminds us this family is super tight and these brothers are his best friends. And Cole, now we see Cole FaceTiming Kacie. You're right. He is doing the PR work now. Absolutely. And he shows her the mountains, and the mountains are breathtaking. Beautiful.
I mean, this was fantastic. Now, I live out here in Oregon.
Okay. And, are you near Portland or?
Yeah, I live right outside of Portland. So I live in like kind of the suburbs, I guess you'd call it, of Portland. I could probably be in this. I mean, it's not much of a city, but I could be there in like 20 minutes or something. Okay. But I grew up in New Jersey. So I even though I did grow up near the Watchung Mountains in New Jersey, and I rode horses and stuff when I was a kid until I got too big for it.
Right.
This world, these kind of views, not until I moved out here to Oregon did I experience anything like this. Like the Catskills and stuff in New York is beautiful, but this is like, makes you think about how the earth was created. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like foundational beauty. Yeah. And we went camping, my son and I, at Boy Scouts a couple weeks ago, and I saw a site like this, and I was just like,
wow.
And you see them too. They are rightfully stunned.
No, I remember I didn't travel much as a kid. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I traveled to the Jersey Shore when I was a kid. That was it, Nice. We went to Wildwood, Seaside Heights.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah.
Seaside.
Until Snooki got a hold of it. Oh, and so I didn't travel a lot. We just didn't have the money to do it. And then as a young adult, I didn't either. So I didn't see the Pacific Ocean until I was 40. And it was a lifelong dream of mine to just get to the Pacific Ocean. I wanted to see it so badly. And I felt that awe. I know it sounds stupid because it's like you're looking at, the Atlantic. What's the difference really? But just seeing also the redwoods for the first time, it took my breath away. I never saw anything like it. It's unbelievable. Just standing there in the redwood forest and just feeling so small compared to the world. It's an amazing thing. Absolutely. All right. So they are in Montana. I have that. Okay. Cole reminds us, or Cole, he's FaceTiming Kacie, sorry. And Kacie spills the beans that Kala is moving here for the whole month of July. And Cole, okay. So I used to have a Little House on the Prairie podcast.
Yeah, I listened.
Okay, whenever one of the girls was running home with Scoop, we would call it Scoop speed. They would just run home so fast. Cole runs Scoop speed down that mountain to narc out Steven Jr. because he wants everyone to know this. So Kacie tells the camera, Cole's just a big old sweetheart. Nobody sees him the way I see him.
That's is that a classic? Is that just like a classic thing? When you hear someone speak like that, this is fucked up. Like something's wrong, right?
Right, like, because I'm
the only one who sees it.
I've always been a big believer that if you are the only person who sees the soft side of somebody, then they're not a soft person.
Yes,
like there's something wrong.
No.
All right, so Steven Sr. now says that Kala controls Junior, and he's not happy about her moving up here. She won't even let him take phone calls. Okay.
If a woman won't let you take a phone call when you're at dinner, what kind of a relationship is that?
Yep. How are you going to run a business? So later we see, here's how you run a business. Don't fuck your CFO. How about that?
About that. Yeah, exactly.
So later we see the girls going out for dinner and drinks, and here's where we get Kala's side of things. Mm-hmm. She's like, Steven calls Steven Jr. 30 times a day. And they're all like,
I don't doubt that at all.
And sometimes she has to say to him, you're with me. It's after 5 o'clock. We're going out to dinner. Shut off the phone. Don't answer it. And I think the thing about narcissists is they don't like when you set a boundary. And they're setting a boundary by not taking that phone call. And he is unraveling because of it.
It's the cult of Steven.
Yes.
That's what he's created, this whole farm. And you see him talk. Actually, my dad was a lot like this, where it's like you repeat your own mythology over and over again to like people you meet, to your family, it's like the same. So I came from nothing and I raised and I made in this land and our
it's like a personal folklore.
Yes, exactly. Say your grandson will live on this farm. Steven Jr. says it later. These buffalo, my grandkids will see these buffalo. Like, your grandkids are going to want to play Fortnite, motherfucker. They don't care about your buffalo. Okay.
Listen, take it from two parents. All your dreams for your kids will die. Okay. Exactly. Don't worry about it. They're just going to fall. They don't give a shit. They're going to do whatever they want.
Exactly.
So, whatever. So now Allie says that Steve is constantly telling his boys not to get married. And we get this montage of Steve Sr. saying marriages fail and all women want is your power. They're like power succubus. And the girls really are frustrated around this. And they're kind of talking about it. And then they talk about money. And Kala says,
here we go.
BT dubs, Junior sends me 10 to 20 grand on the reg. And Kala's like, but you better not say anything. And I wrote, they 100% are going to go home and tell their boyfriends. And are you an idiot?
Yeah. And there is no way that she said this. Not maybe
thinking
she
they would go.
Exactly.
Unless she was drunk. Unless she was drunk.
True. But this is in her personality. Like when she was on, you saw more of that on Joe Millionaire, where she was just kind of more like at that point when she's earlier, I think when she's first introduced, she's like, I don't really work. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing where she's just flippant about it.
Yeah.
But she knew what she was doing. And I think this whole thing is hilarious. I love the way Cole ran down to tell everybody. I love the way the girls are going to tell everybody. I think the whole thing's hilarious, but also that's a lot of money. I mean, I don't know where.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I don't think they paid him that much to be on Joe Millionaire. And I checked his Instagram. He has a little over 100,000 followers. So I don't know that it doesn't look like he profited off that independently. Maybe he did in other ways. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But to me,
maybe he has an OnlyFans, and if so, I'll need to see that for research.
He's too. I don't think good. He's too much of a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
I mean, he hardly gets drunk in this show too, right? Like,
oh, that's
Steven
true.
is pretty good. Steven is a
Yeah.
straight arrow. He's all about control, right? He goes and gets 15 bottles of mustard every time he goes to the store. Like, he needs mustard and pickles, so he gets it every time. He
Yeah.
is methodical, this guy. Like, I don't think this business would exist without him.
I wonder if that's a reaction to having chaos in the home.
Yes, definitely.
Up.
He's had to be he has had to be the adult. Yes, exactly. I went through the same thing. He had to be an adult since he was a little kid. He's always watching out for everyone. Even the way he talks to the brothers, there's a distance there that he is above them, and they know it, and they fight it. We see at the end of the next episode, they really fight it, but they can't deny it because that's the level he exists at. He holds himself to those standards. He's tough on himself.
Yeah. Yeah. So we do learn here that we have some really nice integration of the reservation members, which I really appreciated, and some talk around that. And Steve Sr. says that his grandmother was half Cherokee, and they talk about the languages of the tribe. And the boys seem really affected by this. Like, they're really interested in it.
They are. But I think they're most interested in how they both agree that the government's bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, when he's like, the government wouldn't let them speak their language, they flash to the boys and they're like, we pay taxes. I hate it. That guy was great. His voice was amazing. Like, I could listen to that guy talk.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
many days.
It's interesting too, because I don't know. Do you watch Yellowstone? You do, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Taylor Sheridan does, I feel, a really good job of integrating the Native experience into the show. And he has gotten like a lot of praise for that, which is surprising. Yeah. But he's done a really good job, like just representing, hiring Indigenous actors to play Indigenous roles. Imagine that, right? Like,
I'm a fan. We cover Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh, okay.
And
is that what Jeremy? What's Renner? Is that the guy?
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. Yeah, Mayor.
Yeah.
That is definitely a manosphere show. That is high macho. A lot of fun.
Okay.
A lot of fun. But it's similar to Sons of Anarchy, where random machine gun battles take place in the middle of broad daylight.
Okay.
And people are just like, oh, hey, let's go. It's like NCIS, like every CBS show where they just shoot everything up, solve it with a gun. But he really is, you're absolutely right. He gets into everything, and Yellowstone is.
He doesn't shy away from the hard stuff. And
no.
Like 1883 is one of the most beautifully written shows I've ever seen. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's well acted. It's rough.
It's a brutal show.
Really good. So we see the bison roundup, right? And on the way home, Stephen Sr. gives us some more of his marriage advice. Okay. He says, the worst thing my boys can do is get with a woman. And apparently, according to Stephen Sr., there's a right kind of woman and a wrong kind of woman. And I just spitballing here, Axel, I'm thinking the right kind of woman is somebody who, I don't know, like might know her way around a kitchen and stays there.
Yeah, I think so, except he doesn't choose women like that.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
This is what I don't understand with this. I've never understood.
But I think he wants his sons to choose women like that because he doesn't want to compete for his sons.
I don't know that I think that we may be trying to enter the mind of an insane person because
he's been fully manosphered.
This is so strange because he's so afraid of his sons getting with a woman. I wanted his brother to say, yeah, they should be gay. And I wanted to see what Steve
I would love that. I would love that.
They should love a man, Stephen.
Yes.
That would solve all the problems.
Yes. Yes. I would love that.
I don't get it. And you're right. It seems like that's what he wants. But so far we've seen him choose a super intelligent, highly motivated woman and
an immigrant woman.
Yeah,
an immigrant woman. Yeah.
And like a rock star goth biker chick.
Yes.
Right. And yes. And
both choices that the manosphere would not like. They would not approve of.
It doesn't. Yeah. He is I guess he's just full of contradictions, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's a complicated man.
The complicated man.
So they get home, they get the bison settled, and then we end the episode with Cole and Kacie having a romantic date in the bed of his truck. They bring Lunchables, they're watching the sunset, and Cole tells the camera when he met Kacie, he was the star quarterback in their high school for 2 years. Now, you've heard me say, if you've listened to our coverage, I have said these boys were probably a menace to this town. Like they were boys who just had everything, ran over everything, fucked everything. They were,
and they have no idea why everyone in the community is against them.
I know, while people are screaming at them.
They have no idea.
So they went to a concert and he was scared to kiss her. She friend zoned him. Then one night they went driving around and she says, and this is something I always do too, instead of saying a switch flip, she said a flip switch. Yes, I do that all the time.
It was kind of cute. It was
cute.
She really is.
I like her.
Maybe the sweetest person on the show. She is very sweet, naive. She's a small town country girl who fell in love with this guy who was the ex-star QB who has a tiny mouth and a big old pocket and likes to work in the field. And I don't know, there's something about it,
Well, she says, I know you're not romantic, she says to him, but you do show your love in different ways. And he just is frozen. No expression. And then he says, all right, well, I guess you've broken me down. Are you ready to commit to this or what? And she kisses him on his tiny mouth. And that's how we end the episode.
It was shocking. I was shocked. She's like, of course. And then they do. Yeah, this is the producer rehab of what happened in the last episode is complete. But, Kacie, what are you going to do?
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words. So episode 6 opens with the boys playing horse soccer. Now I need to
we're diving right in. We're going right in.
We're diving right in. We're diving right in.
All right, we're moving along. Wait, I didn't even have a chance to skip credits yet. What happened?
So I have something to say about this. Now we have a backdoor friend, Jess, who is our horse expert.
Okay.
And they wanted me to read their commentary on horse soccer.
Oh, I'm interested.
Okay. And the accident that happened.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are, like I said, the horse expert. And they say the concept of horse soccer is whatever to me. I've done way dumber shit with horses, so whatever. The issue is that these people are terrible riders, all of them. And I feel bad for the horses getting kicked and yanked in the mouth. They say the one lady who fell off and then was like, it's beaten. So that was Tessa, right?
Tessa.
No, yeah, who fell off and got like kicked in the face.
Just squeeze it together. I'll be fine.
Jess says it's because you lost your balance, ripped on the horse's mouth, and then kicked it in the flanks. So it was spinning in a circle because Tessa was telling it to spin in a circle. Horses move away from pressure. So if Tessa was jamming her foot into its hip like that, it's going to move in that way in response. Now, I don't understand a lot of what I just read, but I hope some people do. Okay.
I used to, like I said, I used to ride horses.
Yes, you did.
I grew up there's a Watchung Stables about 15 minutes from my house up the mountain.
Okay.
And then I went to horseback riding camp where we would take the horses out in the Catskills and we would go 5-hour thing camp.
Okay.
Tie the horses up, come back. But I had to stop doing this because I'm 6'4", about 250, 260.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was 13 when I was 6'4".
Oh my God.
So I had to stop. I was too big. I got thrown off a horse. Luckily, I jumped down. Like it did exactly what it was doing to her.
Yeah.
And I didn't do what she did. I bailed.
Okay.
Because that's what I was taught to do. If you can, you got to get off that horse. And I bailed onto some hay and the horse went away. And the counselor was like, where are you going? And I was like, not back on that fucking horse.
See, I was on a horse at 11, 12 years old. And for some reason, my uncle had this horse and like we lived in like a neighborhood. Like, why would you have a horse in a neighborhood? But whatever. Dedicated. And he had this horse and I was on it and it heard a lawnmower backfire. and it spooked.
Yeah.
And I was not thrown, thankfully. And because it didn't spook that much. Do you know what I mean? But it did spook. And that scared me enough. I was like, okay, never again. Never again. Jess also wants everyone to know that you have to wear a helmet because horses are like motorcycles that make bad decisions. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's that. Okay.
Good advice.
Yes. So Tessa, she reminds me so much of my husband because my husband will literally like almost saw his finger off and be like, can we just super glue this together and I can move out my day?
No, I'm so dramatic. If that had happened to me, I would have been on the ground be like, oh, I'm dying. Help. Please, somebody massage my shoulders. Oh, God, I'm stressed out. Do you have a water? I need a Sprite. I need some sugar. Help me. My wife listening will know that. I'm so dramatic. I couldn't believe she got gashed pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But now you have to play the game, which is every time you see her on camera or in the interview, I guess people call it the ITM in the moment or interview or whatever, she will always have her hair covering the spot where she got kicked by the horse. So it's a little game you can play.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Rest of the season.
So Calla says she never thought she could live at the farm full time, but she's feeling better about it, especially since she's growing closer to his friends and family. And, things have changed. And she and Steven Jr. are out sitting on the front porch, eating dinner, whatever they're doing. And Cole and Kacie call and they're like, we're official. And they're talking about their relationship. And he tells the camera, I'm not good at love, but she makes me feel good. And that's all that matters. I know. And Cole says he needs to set himself up more with his career before they take the next step. Junior says, I'm not going to make an emotional decision. Just because Cal and I are doing well for a month, I'm not going to make a decision based on one good month. He's smart about this.
Yeah.
And he's like, we'll see what happens. At Seniors, Galyna says, I have a closing date for my house. Stare, 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 stare. And we learned that her house is an hour and a half from the farm. So it made sense that while that was happening, while she was trying to sell it and everything, and they were super busy with the money laundering, car wash location.
Exactly. And her house was always an hour and a half from there, by the way. This is not a new development.
No.
She didn't just buy this house. She's like, so of course it makes sense for me to live here with Steve. It's like, no, you bought that house. What are you talking? You worked there for 10 years.
Yep. So what's something that's interesting that I just thought of? Steven Sr. is buying into and creating his own narrative because he paints himself as this macho guy, right? Yet he is the one who's making it look like Galyna's controlling him.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
It's play. You know what? It's just like you see people play out roles that they think they have to inhabit instead of acting naturally or authentically. That's what I mean about that. I don't. My greatest fear is that my sons find a woman. Look, I have a son. If someone asks me what my greatest fear of, it's going to involve losing a limb, dying, being tortured, finding that's my greatest hope.
Yes, that he finds a partner who loves him, supports him,
whatever he wants, that he's loved.
Absolutely,
right? So
absolutely.
This man is unique. I think that this show honestly should be shown to people who come to America, who want to come live here. It'd be like, if you want to understand why no one really understands what is America, what is American culture, watch this show.
You want to know what people talk about when they talk about toxic masculinity? This is it.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. There's no through line to it.
No. So there's this whole thing now, this whole game that Galyna and Steve are playing where she needs to move and she doesn't have anywhere to put her stuff and she doesn't have anywhere to stay. And he does not say to her, you can't put it here. I don't want a relationship. I don't know if you heard me say this on the show maybe episode 2 or 3. I said, boy, this not having a relationship seems like a lot more work than having a relationship.
Yes, it's a dance and a game again, like playing out something that I don't quite understand it. And she even says, I could put my things in a storage facility. And he's like, yeah, whatever. All right, you
Yeah,
do what you want.
yeah.
But
He's not forceful with her.
Well, we know it's this weird thing where he says that she's controlling him because she is the linchpin of this $1 million deal that they can get, right? But then, but then conversely, she is only doing that deal to curry his favor. She's not trying to control him with it. She's trying to lure him to her. We see a little bit later at that party where she is like, my whole job in life is to plan Steven's life and keep you
make
happy.
him happy. Mm-hmm.
And the way she followed when they're talking at the eyes at the party. So what really is going on? I think you just have two fucked up people in a dance of codependency. And
that's the title of my memoir. Two fucked up people in dance of codependency.
That's what it is. It's so strange. It's so
it really is.
Everyone surrounding it has an opinion on it and really thinks it's silly, as we see the girls talk about it. But it's really weird. It's really weird.
Galyna says that she moved so much growing up, she's not attached to physical things.
Yeah,
and she's
the Communist Party.
My mother's the same way. Like, my mother did not grow up under the Communist Party, but my mother grew up very, very poor, and they just moved all the time, and they never owned a house. They always had apartments, and my mother could give a shit where she lives. Like, as long as she has a warm place to lay down and a place to, cook a meal, she's good. Whereas people really do put a lot of emphasis on like homes and houses.
Yeah, I do. That's frightening to me.
I do too.
See,
I do too.
I lived in the same house from when I was like 2 until my stepfather sold it when I was like 35 or something like that. And so I'm like a house person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's I like to be at my house. I like to set up. So that her talking, I really felt for her. And when she talked about our life was surrounded by the Communist Party. I mean, I've talked to people like that. I have a very close friend of mine. He grew up in Romania and his family escaped from the Iron Curtain. And people don't think about that these days. It's like it happened so long ago. But that stays with you, that oppression.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And the way she is glomming on to Steven and she's so attached to him, it's her insecurities, and that's her home. I guess her home is in people and
it's so interesting because they say that we repeat our behaviors, right? Or we repeat what we know. So is she by having Steven, who's like this looming figure over her who controls everything, is she setting up another situation like the Communist Party over
That's
her
her strong man. Yes, of course, who will tell her what is right and what is wrong, even though she's like 50 times smarter than this doofus.
I know. So
nobody needs Steven in this business. Steven Jr. and her could run
Absolutely. So she says, I do have a fear of having nowhere to go. And, she says, this is a much bigger step for Steven than me. Now, Steven tells the camera, Galyna is the key person on this venture capital deal. And she uses that to her advantage to trap and manipulate me.
Yep.
And he says, I didn't ask her to move in and live with me full time. Okay, dude, but you didn't say no. First of all, your dick has messed up this entire operation. Just because you had to, why would you fuck your CFO? Like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No.
At all.
So in the kitchen, she thanks him and he's like, well, I just like to grow the business, even if we just have to do it as friends. And she's like staring a hole right through him.
So
and
weird.
Then Cole and Kacie head over to Junior and Kayla's, and they're making a joke that Jesse was getting a pedicure by Allie when they saw him. And there's some facial jokes here that I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. When Steven Jr. goes, I gave you facials. And she's like, no, you don't.
It took a minute. And she was like,
She didn't get it.
This
Cole
happens
got it
to
though.
me. This
Cole got
happened.
it immediately.
Cole got it immediately. This happens to me sometimes. Like I'm kind of prudish when I'm talking about sex, and every once in a while, I'll just make the dirtiest joke, and Amanda will be like, "Oh, did you just say that?"
Yeah.
So the topic of dad comes up, and Junior says, "Dad just loves us so much and doesn't want anyone to get in the way of his time with us, and him having what it is him having access to you. That's what it is."
Control. Yeah,
Yep.
control. And when he says anyone, he means a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Calla and Kacie call that out. They're like, he wants
Yep.
you for himself.
They know
That's
what's
it.
up. I like
Yep.
this. This is why I like this show, because and by the way, I wanted to bring this up because last night I was doing some research on the executive producer on this, and his name is let me see, what's it, Jeff Jenkins. I'm sorry. I knew it was a alliteration.
You knew it was double letter.
Yeah. So this guy, and this is why this show is good, and because there's a lot of reality shows out there, and shows like this have been done before. They've done a lot of different cowboy and farm shows before, and they're not always that good. But when you see the pedigree of this dude who executive produced and created this show, this is going back to the Real World, the Kardashians, every single biographical reality show, non-competitive, that has existed. He has worked for that show as either a director, a creator, an executive producer.
Really?
So he knew going in the toxic masculinity that this represents. And you can tell that the producers are encouraging and enabling the women on the show to speak up and to talk about it. They're not ignoring it. So even though in ways this show does reflect the worst of America, they are, I kind of feel like in this case, the producers are actually doing a good thing by kind of making a coalition of these young women to speak up against this guy and to speak out and to talk to the men about it. Now, I don't know that it's not always working out and it's not always authentic, but he really has like quite a resume, and he's done some pretty fantastic
what he has done is he has sold this show to Steven Sr. as something that it's not. He has said to Steven Sr., let's make this show about your legacy and your farm and your boys. But what the show is really about is the women coming in and shining the light on this. Yeah. And Steven Sr.'s too dumb and egotistical to realize it.
Yeah. So this is what he did. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, The Simple Lives. He's worked on Courtney and Kim Take New York, The Eastwood. Remember Clint Eastwood's family had a reality show?
Yes.
Little Women LA, Ozzy and Jack's World Tour, Rob in China. I mean, he even did Coming Out Colton about the guy from The Bachelor.
Remember him? Yeah. Okay. Yep.
The fence jumper, Colton.
Yeah. I've never seen any of the Kardashian shows.
I can't. I don't mess with them. That doesn't interest me.
No. So, Senior is talking to Tessa about the girlfriends, and he tells the camera Kacie and Calla are equally as lazy. They don't work, and he thinks Calla just likes Junior to take care of her, but she doesn't have that passion or fire for him. How does he know that? My parents don't know who has a passion or fire for me.
Yeah, it was that didn't make any sense. It was weird. Yeah. And also, does Steven Jr. strike you as the kind of guy who has passion for anything? He's so intellectual.
Oh, I disagree. When he laid her down on that bed when she first got there in like episode 1, I was like, whoa.
He's got passion for her body. Okay.
He's got a little bit of passion there. Yeah. But I agree with you though. He is very intellectual. Yeah. He really is.
He doesn't know his son. He doesn't know anybody. He only knows himself. He's only concerned with how people see him. He doesn't even care how he affects anyone.
Well, and he only understands passion as one way. He only understands it as a romantic concept. He doesn't understand it as ambition or anything else.
And conquest.
Yes. Yep. So Senior says, I have reservations putting Steve Jr. in charge of shit. When I see how he is with Kala, it would be like putting her in charge. Okay. Well, you do kind of have a woman in charge of your farm.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's such a fucking manipulation, right? Because you know that he has said that to him, and poor little Steven Jr. then goes back to his house and is like, this is like Succession bullshit. Is Daddy going to take away all the money because of the girl I choose? Maybe. Why am I doing this? You know, he knows it's so manipulative and cruel to do to his son. I mean, I just think it's terrible. I mean, whether or not Kala, she seems harmless. Obviously, she's like she seems like maybe an Instagram influencer. Yeah,
like she's like an influencer or whatever.
Yeah, but she's harmless. She's hanging out at the farm with the dude.
Yes, I agree. And, you know, I also brought up a few episodes ago that Steven Sr. can tell the camera all he wants, that he believes in strong women because he put one in charge of his company. But what did he do? He fucked her to undermine that strength and that independence that she has, because now that was his only way to bring her down and to connect her to him in a way that he really has power over her. Like she might be equal to him on paper, but he has power over her because of the relationship, and it's really gross.
And that's the way he can relate to her. That's the way he can accept the other things.
Yep. We don't know this for sure, but I guarantee you he's the one who initiated the relationship with her, the sexual relationship.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So Senior and Junior now are chatting about Galyna, and she's staring a hole through them. They're at this Tessa's birthday party. And I wrote, wait a minute. Steven Jr. plays guitar. Like, how can you make this guy any hotter? Now he plays guitar. Because Tessa goes to him, oh, did you bring your guitar? And he's like, no, I left it at home. I'm like, oh, we need eyes on the guitar. So Tessa,
but that whole thing was perfect, right? When he's like, but if you look behind you.
Yes.
He's too slick.
So he reiterates that Steven Sr. reiterates to Junior, I told Galyna I don't want this. I don't want to be in a relationship with her. And Junior goes, well, it's happening, Dad. Like, it's happening. It's actually occurring.
Yep.
So the kids are all talking about Dad and Galyna, and the girls are like, there is a way to end this. You just end it.
Yeah, exactly. You actually speak the truth. You say what you mean. You have an intelligent adult conversation where you bring up the money thing and say, we have created something that is uncomfortable for us both, but that would be impossible to do.
Impossible. So Tessa sings, it's quite beautiful. I enjoyed her singing. I didn't know what she was singing, but it was lovely.
Yeah, I gotta admit that I may have hit the old FF through some of Tessa is not my favorite.
Through the entire hymn that they put in the middle of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Tessa.
It's no Zach Bryan over, galloping horses out on the prairie. It's not that.
Listen, as I said, I'm from New Jersey. I'm Gen X, as you are as well. Yes. I grew up on grunge and heavy metal and rap, and I can't do with the country. I live out here in Oregon, and every time I walk in somewhere, somebody's like, it's Friday night, and it's always Friday or Saturday night, and there's drinking and a woman, and I can't, and it drives me freaking insane.
I'm not a big straight country person, but I love like that new kind of alt country they call it, like Ryan Adams and stuff like that.
Okay. That. I dig what you're saying. That's a little bit. See, but you're talking like an old person like me, Ryan Adams. Like I dig that too, and I'm actually I could be a fan a little bit of like some Willie Nelson, some old school stuff,
Hank
but
Williams
the pop
Sr.
country, pop country of today, correct. I can't do it. I can't do it. And the thing with Tessa is, she starts talking and she's like, well, I'm having a good day and then I'm going She just goes like from 0 to 60. She's like, well, I gave those boys some sausage, but they didn't like it. Like it's too much for me. And also, how long has Steven Sr. been fucking her? Because I think
was
it's
going to
been
ask
quite
you
a
what
while.
you thought was going on there.
Yes.
Okay.
She loves the boss man. Boss man tells me yeah.
See, I don't know. There's part of me that thinks she might not be his type. And by that, I mean like weirdly hot. Do you know what I mean? She's a pretty woman. I'm not insulting her, but like.
I think she's tough and he likes that. I think she gives him the way. There was a look right after it was in this episode after she got kicked in the head by the horse and he was teaching her, she put too much pressure on the pump valve thing to get the gas out in her little gas truck she drives around. And there was like a little bit of a look that they shared.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay. I don't think they're currently knocking the boots, but I think that has been dipped into. I think that Steven.
Is it like the infamous? You watch Sister Wives, right?
Yeah. Is
it like the infamous Robin and Cody looking at each other when one of them said 69?
It was like there was I don't think
there was a familiarity.
Yes. I think most every woman on that farm
has been fucked
tried by Steven.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Yes.
So Cole, Jesse, Allie, and Kacie are chilling, and the producers ask Jesse who will get married first, and Jesse says probably Braden and Allie. And Cole says, we'll be close, but we still have to do better. Now Kacie immediately narcs out Kala and says, oh, by the way, Steven sends her $10,000 to $20,000. Just Venmo. Just Venmo. Yeah. And Cole's like, what?
Yeah, but later Cole says it was checks. He says he doesn't even say Venmo. He says, you're writing her checks. And I was like, no, it's Venmo, dude.
Jesse's like, where's that money coming from and why? And Cole's like, we don't have that kind of money. Where's this coming from? And there's a strong insinuation that Steven is stealing it from the farm and sending it right to her. Well, so they head to the ranch. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, this was interesting to me too, because I understand what you're saying, where it's like they accused him of either making more money than them secretly, or stealing from the family business, or having some kind of side hustle that they don't know about that involves the business. Where it occurred to me, and I was saying to my wife, I watch all these shows with my wife, I was saying, honey, I think that there are, with the buffalo and the car wash and all this kind of stuff, I think there's only two people that really know what's going on with the money, and that's Steven Jr. and Steven Sr. And I think probably Steven Jr. knows more than even Senior knows, because you could tell he studies everything. When he talks, like when he talked about the bison.
He's an MBA too, right? He has an MBA.
Yeah. That dude, he is a nerd. He is a straight up nerd. He's like in that office, like going, bison grow by 2.5 inches every month. And he's like spouting off these weird ass facts.
He's
and everything.
The Jamie Dutton. He's researching and coming to it. Yeah. Yep.
But they hate the government and they hate paying taxes. And so I think the reason they bought the bison from the Native Americans was because they don't have to pay taxes, and they won't be tracked. Everything is about what the government tracks and all that. So I think that is an unspoken thing that they're talking about in this, that they think they're not letting us in on the dirty deeds that are going down. They're making money somewhere else and not giving it to us.
So how much do you think they're paying Cole? I mean, I know Cole is only worth $7 an hour, but what do you think they're paying Cole?
Like $42,000 a year,
like 42 or 50 grand, right?
Which
I would think so. Don't get me wrong, that's a decent salary for a lot. I would kill to make $50,000 right now as an unemployed person, but I think
he works 24 hours a day, and he,
I think he probably makes about 50 grand, and which is underpaid if you know how hard farmers work. But I think Stephen Jr. makes a lot of money, and that's at the root of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
mean,
look
I
at
think
the cars
also
he's driving.
And there's other things that happens with houses that are being built and and I think that this like deals that go on with the father where it's shaped like, okay, I can't give you cash, but I can buy you a car, or I can trade this house that I'm building because I can put it on the construction budget.
There's a lot of fuzzy bookkeeping going on. Yes. Yep.
I don't think there's a lot of liquidity that's going on the McBee Dynasty ranch.
Right. So Cole, they're confronting Stephen. And like you said, they're like, do you earn a higher salary? And Stephen like, yes, I earn a higher salary because I deal with a lot more stress than you do. I deal with the government and I deal with this administrative shit. And it's very high stress. And Cole's going, well, do you know how to fix a tractor? Like he keeps throwing that at him. And it's this competition, right? Of like, it's almost like a left coast versus the farmland type of situation. Like how they talk about people from California and Yellowstone. Like, you're from California?
Yep. You're a lawyer.
So Stephen says, have you ever even attended a financial meeting where you're dealing with a shit ton of stress and trying to figure out how to keep dad's scam going? Like I'm dealing with all of this here. And Stephen says, this is not communist Russia. We're paid according to our duties and our stress levels. Wow. And Jesse and Cole want raises. They are plebes and they want raises. And Steve says, well, then you have to take on more responsibility. So Cole says, you think office work is better and you give us no respect. Junior says, I'll tell you what, until dad says you could take it over, it's not. And they get into this, you're never taking over this farm and my dead body, da 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 da. And that's how it ends. Oh, wait, it ends with Junior with the ultimate burn. Grow some better crops and maybe we'd have more money to spread around.
Yep.
So next time on, we see Dad taking the boys to Nashville. Don't forget, he also told Brooke about the house in Nashville.
Yep.
Dad's kissing a girl who's way too young for him. And the boys confront Dad about his ridiculous behavior. So that's all we have for next week. I can't wait either because everybody's telling me episode 7 is the best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've seen, like I said, I'm coming in here late. I've seen, these episodes before, and I'm rewatching. I think I did a good job. I didn't spoil anything.
You did not spoil anything for me. Thank you.
I'm good at not spoiling. So, and I'm
You've been doing this a long time. You're a pro.
Yeah, I've been rewatching with my wife, and I'll have to say, I enjoyed every. I hardly rewatch reality shows, but I thought, this might be a little bit of a slog, you know.
Yeah,
man, these McBees, they are entertaining. And this next episode, we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Will there be a season 2?
Oh, there's going to be a season 2. There's no doubt.
There's got to be, right?
Yeah. Oh, this was pretty popular. And what's it on? Peacock,
which
and they
Peacock is killing it with their reality stuff.
Yeah, they're doing well. They have all the Bravo too. They showed this on Bravo. They showed this on multiple,
which is Chef's Kiss. Fantastic.
Yep.
All right, Axel, we've said it all.
We have. This is beautiful. You're amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you so much for jumping in. Listen to Axel on DVR Podcast Network, right?
Yep. DVR Podcast. Yeah. DVRpodcast.com. We're currently covering Mayor of Kingstown. This is our 3rd season. In a couple weeks, we're going to be covering House of the Dragon.
Okay, can I please come on for one episode?
Yeah, I was just going to say, come on.
I'm asking you right now because I wanted to cover it so bad, but I just can't fit it in. So I would love to come on and talk about it.
Gina and I are covering that. And what we have done is we did it last season. We had a guest every episode.
Oh,
so we're going to,
Coach.
You will definitely be in.
Okay.
And we've covered all types of stuff. Mindhunter, we started with Lost back in the day. DVRpodcast.com. We covered tons of stuff.
All right. Thank you so much, Axel. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you soon.